Hi, today I'm going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes I've made when I bought my first property and how much I regretted moving into that house the first night I slept there. And I don't want you to go through it. So, mistake number 1, which was quite a painful one, and that it was just too much. You know the feeling when you just moved in and you are excited? And then the first night I realized it was the wrong decision. But mistake number 1, I wish I understood the legal process. What I mean with that, I didn't know what an offer to purchase was. I didn't know that it was binding. I didn't understand anything. My husband and I, we went and viewed the house, and the same night we signed. And we were just like, yay! We signed the property. We signed the papers, not knowing that that offer to purchase was a legal, binding document. And we didn't even ask enough questions. The second mistake that we made was also a painful one. The second mistake was that I wish we did better research. I did not compare when we looked at properties. It was just about let's buy a house because we got married and everyone else is doing it. We didn't look at the area. We didn't compare prices. We didn't even know how much properties were going for in the area that we were buying in. And that brings me to my third mistake that I made. I wish that we negotiated a better price. But because we didn't do any research, because we didn't understand the process, we just signed without asking any questions because we were young and excited and happy because now we're going to be homeowners. But we didn't stop to think about the big decision that we were making. I remember the estate agent looking at us and saying, no. You don't just take the first price that you see. You must at least put in a lower offer to buy the house. But having said that, we still paid way too much for the property. When we moved in, because we did not negotiate on the price, we didn't understand how you actually do the steps to follow when you actually do want to buy a property. So about a year later, we discovered that we have actually paid 100,000 rand extra or 100,000 rand more for a property that we absolutely hated. So if I did better research and if we negotiated then it would have put us in a position to negotiate a better price. It would have just put us in a position of power and also knowing what is the benchmark, what are properties going for in that specific area. The mistakes didn't end there. I am so sad to report that that was not the end of the mistakes. Another mistake that we made was this one. Plan for the future. I want you to think, plan for the future. So why would I say that that was a mistake? Because when we bought the property, we didn't have children. So we didn't buy the property with the eye on the future. How will this space work for a family? We looked at the space as a couple without any children. We didn't stop to think even, are there enough schools in the areas? How in the area? Where is the closest creche? Are we within walking distance from shops? And how it will affect our lifestyle and change our lifestyle when we have children. Like, we bought into a communal property, which in South Africa, it falls under the Sectional Title Act. It means that it's the common property. The common property is there for everybody's use. So we didn't have a yard. We had this nice, cozy place without a yard because we didn't understand the Sectional Title Act. We didn't understand how it will affect us, the fact that there was no private garden. We shared a garden with the rest of the community. That was a big negative for me. That is not the last mistake. The last mistake I want to talk about of what we've made, and this one was a very costly one. I wish we asked about the financials of the complex we bought into. Why is this important, and why must you ask? Like I've said, we were two dum-dums when we bought our properties. We were uninformed, we were excited and in love, and we didn't think towards the future except we wanted to be together. So we didn't ask the relevant questions in terms of financials. When you buy into a sectional title unit, it's like what is known in South Africa as cluster homes or security complex. There's a common property. So the common property, for it to be maintained, you must pay a levy, a certain amount set by the body corporate, set by the trustees of the body corporate. The owners within the complex, some of the owners who are on the board of trustees, they set the amount for the levies. It's a monthly amount that you must pay every month. If that money is not managed properly, which means if they don't take that money and pay the municipality, pay suppliers, pay the water and electricity bill, it means, because we share bulk electricity. Even if you have to buy your own electricity, but you share the bulk electricity, that's still that the community, the estate has still to pay. I hope that makes sense. So if that financials are not in order, it will affect you negatively. What happened, we moved into the complex and the managing agent was just corrupt. There was fraud going on. They ended up chowing our money and we had to change managing agents. So because of the shortfall, we then had to pay a special levy on top of our levy that we didn't budget for. And the special levy never came down. It stayed the normal levy. So these are just 5 of the biggest mistakes that we have made when we bought our first property. The key is do proper research, know that you can negotiate, think of the future, ask about the financials, but most importantly, understand when you sign on the dotted line, there is no turning back unless there are some extreme circumstances. So that's just in a nutshell some of the mistakes that I've made when we bought our first property. Let me know what are the mistakes that you've made. Let me know if you want to buy a property. What are the questions that you have? And also like, comment, share and subscribe because I will be making more of these videos. Thank you for watching.